Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, today we will talk about the rainforests. The rainforests or the rainforest, okay, yeah. Those forests, okay, where do they grow, okay? And to have these, okay, rainforests, okay, what kind of weather, okay, yeah, do they grow? What kind of animals we can find in these kind of forests, okay? The rainforests, okay, the weather, the atmosphere, the climate, okay, the climate around it, okay, the climate around it, how, okay, the climate, okay, I'm talking about the climate, okay, I'm talking about the air, okay, the general condition of the air, and the atmosphere in this area, okay. We also say the rainforest, okay, they are jungles. Also, we can say they are tropical forests, okay. And why we say they are tropical, okay? Because of the weather and the atmosphere there, okay. It's humid, okay. Not only humid, okay, but also it rains the whole year. It's annual, okay, high annual rainfall. What do I mean by annual? Means it rains the whole year, okay? It rains the whole year. We don't have any dry season, okay? We don't have any dry season. It rains the whole year. So, because of the wet weather, the wet atmosphere, okay, and because it rains already the whole year, and it's very, very hot, it's very close to the equator, okay, we find the rainforests there. This is the climate around it, which make those kind of forests grow. And those forests not like the other, like the wood. But because in the wood, we find here in the picture we have before, here, we don't have that, or we don't have very big distance between the trees, but they are very close to each other. They are very close to each other. This is another thing for the rainforests. We find different animals, okay? We find different fruits grow there. And as we said, because of the humid, okay, the humid weather, as well, it rains the whole year. We find the rainforests. Okay, the kinds of animals live there. We have different kinds of animals live there. But before, already, the rainforest is divided into layers. It's divided into layers. But before we talk about those layers, we need to know what kind of animals live there. We want to imagine the kind of animals live there. We have the kinds of animals we have. For example, we have reptiles. Reptiles, what are the reptiles? Reptiles are the animals that they are moving on their belly. They are moving on their belly. Okay, they're creeping. Okay, they are creeping. Okay, so as well, they are not the reptiles. They are not warm-blooded animals. They are cold-blooded animals. Those are the reptiles, and they have scales. You know, like the scales of the fish, but it's a hard one. Hard scales. And those scales, like the ones in the crocodiles, we know that the skin of the crocodile, okay, it has scales, very, very rough ones. Why? To cool its body. They don't like the hot weather. How they don't like the hot weather? And we find them in the rainforest. That's what we will know next. But as we said, we have the reptiles. They move on their bellies. They are creeping. Okay, they are cold-blooded animals. They have scales to cool their bodies. And we have two examples for this. we have the snakes and crocodiles or reptiles. What other kinds of animals we have there? Okay, mammals. What are the mammals? Mammals are warm-blooded animals. They are not cold-blooded animals, but they are warm-blooded animals. The cold-blooded animals, okay, they lay eggs. For example, the cold-blooded animals, they lay eggs. They don't give birth. They don't give birth. Like the mammals. The mammals give birth. What else? They feed their young. They feed their young on milk. They feed them on milk. So they are warm-blooded. They feed the babies on milk. Okay, like we have example here, frog. Okay, frog gives birth and feeds its babies with milk. This is the frog. Okay, what else? We have two pictures here. This is a monkey, kind of monkey, lives in the rainforest, and this is the fox. Amphibians. What are the amphibians? This is another kind of animals live in the rainforest. The amphibians, they have two natures. How? They can live on land and they can live in water. They can live on land and they can live in water. So they can live in both nature, two nature, okay? So that that's why we call them amphibians. And we have example for this. We have the red-eyed frog is an amphibian. And the red-eyed frog, we will have photo for it now. It's a kind of an amphibian, lives in the rainforest. This is a picture for the red-eyed frog. Next, what will we talk? The rainforest is divided into four layers. As we saw in the beginning, the photo we have the trees are very close to each other. Okay, so when we start with the rainforest from the top, we have very tall trees. They are very long trees. So when we start with the top, with the tallest trees, the tallest one that they face into the sky, okay, we have the tallest one. And the tallest one, okay, we have the tallest trees there. That's what we call the emergent layer. So we have the first layer for the rainforest. It's called the emergent layer. This one, okay, there we have the tallest trees. And because we have the tallest tree there, what do you think? What will be free to move? What do you think? The reptiles that they are creeping, do you think they will be free to fly? They are not flying, they are creeping. So, in this layer, it's better to have what? Flyers, gliders. And to glide is to fly softly, okay, in a free way, to fly as possible as you can or as you wish, okay? So those are the kinds of animals live there. Gliders, that they are fly freely, and also the flyers. And we have two examples here for those flyers and gliders. We have we have the harpy eagle. Already all of us know what is eagle, but not the eagle we see in the sky here. No, it's the harpy eagle, and we have a picture for it now. And we have the beginning glider again, harpy eagle and the beginning glider. They live there. What is the reason? That those flyers and gliders live there, they can fly freely as they wish. There they live, and we have the photo. This is the beginning glider. This is the beginning glider. That's how it it's already on the tree here, okay, and that's how it's flying. It's flying, okay. We have the two different photos, and this is the hardy eagle. It looks like the eagle we have here, but it's a little different. It's a little different. The hardy eagle. So those are the kinds of animals live there. So the emergent layer, we have the tallest trees. That's why the animals, or the birds, or the flyers and the gliders live there. After this layer, we have the canopy layer. The canopy layer. What is the canopy layer? In the canopy layer, they say this layer is the noisiest one. Why do you think we say it's the noisiest one? Why? It's the noisiest, it means it's very noisy. It's very noisy because we have many animals and birds live there. Many animals and birds live there. In the first layer, it's free to fly. Then the second one, it's a little twisting, a little close to each other. So the kind of animals or birds to be able to live there, they are flying or climbing. They are flying or climbing. So we have a sloth, we have spider monkeys, and we have toucans. We have a picture to imagine those animals. This is the spider monkey. Why do you think we call it a spider monkey? Why? Yes, maybe because its hands are very tall, one like the spider. Okay, so this is a spider monkey, and also we have the toucan. This kind of parrot. This is the toucan. The toucan. Also, and already we saw this sloth's picture before. Okay, go back again. So the spider monkeys and the sloths live there because of what? Okay, they need to climb. They need to move from tree to tree. Okay, so the trees there are not very twisted. They are not very twisted, so that's why they live there. And canopy layer. And we said it's the noisiest one because many of birds and many animals live there in the canopy. What is the next layer? Yes, the understory. But before we talk about the understory layer, let's revise together. Yes, we have the emergent layer. This is the first layer. And after the emergent layer, we have the canopy. Yes, the canopy, the noisiest one. And then we have the understory layer. We said in the first layer, we have the gliders and the flyers, the gliding and the flying. And then we have the climbers, but the trees are a little twisted, not very close, okay, little twisted. And they are climbing from a tree to a tree like the spider monkeys and the sloths. And then we have the understory. So we have here the emergent, and then the canopy. It's like this, the trees are like this, and then the what? The understory. In the understory layer, the trees are very twisted, are very close to each other. So now, I have trees are very close to each other. What do you think? The light of the sun will come down or not? The light will not come down. It will be very dark. Okay, so it's dark. I don't have the sunlight. The sunlight, okay, to give them the light, and also make the place hot. But already we don't have it. So it's dark and cool. It's not hot and cool. And this kind of weather, the dark one and the cool one, is very suitable for what? Yes, for what kind of what? Amphibians and reptiles. Especially the reptiles, they don't like the hot weather and they like the darkness. So they understood better. The trees are very twisted. The sunlight doesn't come down, so it's blocked. The trees blocked the sunlight and also the heat of the sun. It doesn't come down. So we have what? We don't have hot weather and it's dark. And this is suitable, very suitable for the amphibians and reptiles. What kind of reptiles and amphibians have? What do you think? Yes, as we said, the darkness and the cool weather. Okay? So the red-eyed frog is one of the amphibians, as we said in the beginning, live there. As well, one of the reptiles live there is the boa constrictor. Boa constrictor. We have photos for them. This is the red-eyed frog, and this is the boa constrictor. And it's quite big. It's quite big. This is the boa constrictor. It lives in the understory. What do you think the layer will be after? What do you think? Emergent? Canopy? Understory? Cloud the sunlight? And then the forest floor. The forest floor means we come to the end, to the floor of the forest. So, what do you think? What kind of animals would be living there? Yes, we have insects and bugs. We have insects and bugs live in this layer. And we have some examples for them, like the leaf cutter ants. The leaf cutter ants, and from the name, it's cutting the leaves. It's cutting the leaves to be able to eat. Okay, as well, the hairy caterpillars. The hairy caterpillars, and we have photo. This is the hairy caterpillar. This is the hairy caterpillar. Okay, and we have another photo for the this is the what? The leaf cutter ant. The leaf cutter ant. We find it on the leaves. Okay, to cut it in the and eat. Then the rainforest. The kind, as we said, we have trees, many of trees. We have two important gases. Find them in the rainforest. First, we have the carbon dioxide. Is it important? Yes, it's very important. It keeps the heat of the atmosphere there. Okay, as we said, it's very humid. And this hot weather is very suitable for the plants and the animals live there. So the carbon dioxide helps me to keep the heat there. As well the oxygen. And from where the oxygen comes, the plants produce the oxygen. And it's very helpful for us too. Okay, what we breathe? What we breathe? We breathe what? Oxygen. So it's important for the animals live there, and it's important for us too, because already the animals and even the plants they want to breathe oxygen. What next? The importance of the rainforest. What do you think? As we told, we have different animals, we have trees, the weather there. So I think this will be a very good thing for what? For fruits, kinds of fruits, because of the hot weather and the rain all the time. So we have some fruits there that we are able to take it for our food. So it's important for food. It's important for food. What else? Yes, it's very important for us. Very important. We breathe oxygen From where we get it? From the plants there. From the plants there. There is another important, the trees there, some of them cut it, but this is not a good thing. They cut it for having the wood from there. Okay, but this is not a good thing because we, like this, the trees will not have many of them as we find them. We have another word we need to know about. The natural resources. What are the natural resources? Let's see each single word. Okay, natural. Something that comes from nature, around us. We find some materials underground. Yes? Did we make them? We don't make it. But the organs live there, made it. The organs there. Like when we have the petrol from underground. This is very important. Did we make it? No. We dig it and then we found it. It's very important for many of the products. So the same. We have natural resources down there. We could find there. And minerals. So natural comes from nature. And resources means materials. Materials over there. And also the natural resources. Can we have other examples for them? Yes. Like water. Forests. So the forest itself is a natural resource. As we said, is a natural resource. Think that we don't make it, we don't make any effort to have it. But Allah gave it to us. Okay? How? We have the oxygen from the plants. We have fruits. We don't go there and plants and the farmers work there. No. The weather there. The hot weather. Okay? And the rain. Okay? All of these things, okay, need the rainforest. It helps us to give us oxygen, so we don't make any effort. We have the oxygen from them. This is a natural resource, comes from nature. We don't have any effort. We don't make any effort for it. Okay, and minerals. Minerals like what? Like gold, silver, those are the minerals. Like for example, they kept digging down till they found much silver. Much silver. Okay, and also one of the other importance for the rainforest, the medicine. How we find medicine in the forest floor there? On the floor? No. Some of the animals live there, like the red-eyed frog. The red-eyed frog, the one that we saw together, it has a slime. It's like liquid. Its mouth. Okay? It's a poisonous one. Okay? But when they talk it, they make some medicine from it. And the other, as one of the amphibians, and also from the reptiles. Okay? They take the slime or the poison from them, and from it they make some medicines. So the medicine, the food, fruits, oxygen, the wood from the trees. This is a very big importance for the rainforest. But unfortunately, unluckily, some of us destroy this nature. Destroy it. How do you think they destroy it? How do you think? Let's think together. How do they destroy it? You see here this girl? What does she do? She what? She plants. She plants. She's not, okay? She is not, okay? She is not taking something out, but she is planting. Not like us. What we do? Some of us do what? They cut the trees. And after cutting them, they make the fields or for buildings, whatever. And when you cut those trees, the animals live there. Will be able to live? Of course not. When you cut the trees, you destroy under it many things. I destroy the trees, so the animals want to be able to live there, and they may die. And when they die, I don't have the medicine I take from them. And when I cut the trees and the plants, I don't have the food and the fruits I have from there. So cutting trees over there did much damage, all this damage. And also I will not have the very important thing, the oxygen I breathe. All of us are eating the animals and the plants, they breathe. How could we protect, defend the rainforest? You see this girl? What does she do? She plants. Okay, so we don't cut the rainforests. We don't cut them. Why we cut it? We don't need. How we will get materials? Yes, I can get materials. How? Sorry. How? See this boy? What does he do? We have a tin. Okay, we have, the basket there. It's for what? For only paper. Okay, so when we recycle, we use the plastic, the bottles we collected, the paper, and many other materials we could reuse it. So when we recycle materials and they reuse them again, this will give what? They will give us the material we need. So we don't need to cut the trees over there. Yes? What else we could do? You see? What does this boy do? What does he do? He surfs the internet. How? You see some pictures for the animals in there. So what could we do? We could download photos for the plants there, for the animals, and tell the people around us how those animals and those rainforests are very important for us. And when we do this or make videos, on the YouTube or whatever, we show people how those rainforests are very important. What else we could do? You see, what does this girl, what is she doing? She is riding her bike of this one there. He is driving his car. What is the right thing? I know some places I can't go with my bike, but many places I can go with it. So here I don't have, but I'm not damaging it. I'm not damaging the trees because of the gas. The carbon dioxide comes from, and the other gases, the harmful ones. The harmful gases comes from the car. The harmful gases come from the car or any other kinds of transportation. They are damaging the trees. And they are damaging them. They are damaging the whole environment there. So instead of driving our cars, we are recycling. So as we said, we can do many things. Recycling materials, cycling, riding our bikes, planting more trees, make a kind of awareness, and tell people around us how those rainforests are very important, and even people in programs, they tell people how they are very